So what we're going to cover today is mainly on writing. I know that your English oral is probably coming up very soon. Not to worry, we will be spending, I think, 2 weeks next month on just on oral first. Okay, just to get you through your oral first. PSLE oral. I think what's the exact date? Let me just go and check. Do you know what's the exact date for PSLE oral? I know it's in August, right? PSLE oral. It's 15 and 16 of August. Right? Yeah. Okay. So which means that I think the next week and the week after next will all be on oral first. 2 weeks consecutively for oral. And then after that, I think we will then be working just on your paper 2 already. Paper 1 and paper 2. Okay. So hold on a second. I am. Okay, so our target for today, because we, like I said, oral preparation is only going to start next week for 2 weeks. Today we'll still be working on your paper 1. Okay, we always alternate. I know today there are 3 new students. Okay. So you probably am looking, you probably am looking at next week is listening, is it? Oh, let me check. Listening oral. No, listening PSLE is on September 15th. Am I right? Or is it your school listening? Prelim. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure now you are very busy because you're preparing for your prelims and all. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Yeah. Anyway, we will not be practicing listening, unfortunately, today. Because I know a lot of you are doing listening, but we, like I say, we have a standard we have a standard scheme of work and also an overall academic schedule, right, to follow. So today's focus is more on writing. For those of you who are doing listening compre, I think honestly, for listening compre, there isn't much you can do about it other than just practicing. Okay, because listening skills is something that you have to practice over time, right? You just need to focus, you need to pay attention. And I think my tip to provide to you is that I think before you go for your listening compre exam, you do need to be just a little bit more mindful of the amount of rest that you receive the day before and all. Just make it a deliberate effort to set aside time to rest, because I think for listening you do need a lot of concentration. Okay, so not something that we can practice here at 88. For oral, yes, but not listening. Okay, so maybe just spend some time doing practice. I think there might be some assessment books with listening complete practice. Otherwise, we'll just be like, maybe you watch something and in fact, if it's like, for example, if you're watching a video, right, and there are some questions that you want to find out, so you will then really, subconsciously tell yourself that, oh, I'm going to pay attention to whatever is in the video because I want to take down some of the responses, okay? Or some of the answers. So that's one way to practice, yeah? Okay, anyway, I think you can see my screen. There are 3 new students today, so I'm going to go through class rules a bit. But I think it's quite straightforward. We will finish up grammar MCQ. Okay, that component is quite fast. Then after that, we'll move on to synthesis and transformation. If we have time after the first 10 questions, then we might have a short break. I usually will give you like a short 3 minutes break. Then after that, we will do your compo. Okay. Compo will cover like the second half of the lesson. Yeah. Okay. Now, in terms of house rules, because there are new students here, okay, just make sure you turn on your video. I can tell that a lot of you are not doing that from one look. Okay, please turn on your video. Priya, well done. Anyone else? Let me see. Okay, because we need to know that, you are actually paying attention on the other side. Yeah, I think all of you did not turn on your video. So number one thing is actually it is compulsory to turn on your video. Okay. Now, secondly, the next thing is mute your microphone. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Mute your microphone because if everybody were to, turn on your microphone, there's going to be a lot of background sounds and it's very disruptive. Okay, so that's one of the reasons. And another thing is, if you want to ask question, you can just raise your hands. Okay, there's this icon here. That is the reaction button. You can just click on the reaction button and then you can just raise your hands like that. And you'll be prioritized to the front. Okay, so that is it. And yeah, basically, if you need to go toilet, just go. Just out of courtesy, maybe drop me a message. Yeah. Thank you so much, Yitong, Yan Li, and Yan. For the rest of you, could you please turn on your video as well? Thank you. Okay, now let us go through the questions first. The first one. Okay, Mr. Chua, what play tennis every week? But now he is too busy to do so. So there is actually a difference, right? Because of the word but. But actually suggests contrast. So what is the word that we should place? Someone type in the chat, is it? Used to, very good, Ito. Yeah, used to. Okay, next. The boss asked Timothy how many words what you type in 1 minute. Yes. Okay, a lot of you say A, very good, well done. Okay, because for this reason, actually all these are modal verbs. Can, could, shall, should, must, ought to, all these are modal. But which one do you decide? Because it's something that is your ability, like can you type or you can type, right? So it's like more like an ability, is something that you are more inclined to do, then that will be can. Of course, may, will, and shall are just, very brief, yeah? Okay, next one. Number 3, anybody? I would be able to complete this assignment by this weekend. Yeah, okay. Because it's something that you foresee. I think a lot of you got it right. Very good. Okay. It's something that you foresee that's going to happen in the future. You have not achieved it yet. You have not completed the assignment yet. But it's something that you are hopeful of and you think that, okay, I should be able to. Yeah. Okay. Must and may, sorry. Must means it's imperative. Like if I say you must do something, okay, you must do something means that you don't really have any room for negotiation. You have to do it. Okay. Can means, like I said, the previous question, can means you have the ability to achieve certain things. You can do it. Yeah. And then should is, should basically, I think I've just explained, right? Can and could is just, the difference is that could is the past tense, that's all. Yeah. Okay, number 4. All participants what follow the game instructions. Those who don't will be disqualified. Kevin, great. Itong, great. Priya, yes. Lian, yes. Okay, I think a lot of you got the answer correct. Very good. Okay. Now remember I said from the previous question, yeah, you don't have a choice. You're right, Priya. Basically, it's imperative. Imperative means that no room for negotiation. You have to do it. Okay. So, of course, when it comes to games, all of us have to abide by the game rules, right? So these participants also, they must. It's imperative. There's no room for negotiation. They must, if they want to play the game, they have to follow the game instructions. Okay. Those who don't will be disqualified. Now, usually we don't encourage you to write contractions in formal sentence. So what you can do is you can actually change it to do not. Okay, you can change it to do not. So answer is A. Very good. Okay, next one, number 5. Let's have dinner at the restaurant. What? The post office. It makes more sense. Okay, a lot of you say the answer is D. Yes. Okay. Opposite. Yes. Along is usually on a pavement or a path or road. Okay, so definitely not along. Between means there must be two places, but this one does not, so it's not between either. Okay, across something. Now, a lot of you might think, then why cannot be across? Okay, because across and opposite are quite similar, right, in terms of meaning. But usually across means that you are actually transiting. You are transiting from one side to the other. Okay, from one side to the other. So usually across comes with a verb like movement. I went across the road. I went across to her house. So basically you went from one side to another place. It helps in terms of expressing position and orientation. Okay. But when it comes to fixed item, that means stationary objects, they're not moving, like the post office and the restaurant. So when we say something, right, it's just the opposite. Okay, it's the opposite. So there's a slight difference, although yes, across sound seems like, the position is just opposite. Okay, but across means that it has to entail moving. Okay, it has to entail moving. Oh, wait, sorry. What happened to my screen? Okay, yeah. So opposite is like situated on the other side, situated. So you see the keyword here is situated on the other side. When seen from a specified or implicit viewpoint. Okay, right? So yeah, basically that's that. So you know the difference between across and opposite? I think it's quite a vast difference. It seems the same, but across means that you are moving. It's something like a movement. So there must be a verb. But because the post office and restaurant are situated somewhere, okay? So we will choose opposite over across. Yeah? Great. Any questions with grammar? No questions? Very good. Okay, now we're going to move on to synthesis. Synthesis is actually a component that is quite easy to score if you've practiced enough, and also be mindful of like certain rules that there are always some common questions like direct to indirect speech, passive and active sound. Okay, neither nor, either or, all these are very common synthesis and transformation questions. Okay, using different connectors, right? So someone is typing in the chat. Let me have a look. I ace it because I read books. Very good. Yes, I think that's a very good habit, right? Which I'm also trying to cultivate in my daughter now. And nowadays she actually reads 10 books every night. But she's only 4. She's only 4. So her books are like really simple books, like Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. You've read that before, right? We're going on a bear hunt, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Yeah, those kind of books. Yeah. So you might be thinking 10 books in a night. Yeah, but her books are relatively easy to read. Okay. So I'm actually making it a habit with her to read 10 books every night before she sleeps. Yeah. You must be thinking, oh my goodness, what happens if your mother does that to you, huh? Okay. How many of you actually have the habit of reading like before you sleep? No? Yes, Priya? Very good. Yeah. I think it's a really good habit to have because reading definitely broadens your horizon. Some of you maybe at your age probably you're not so well traveled yet. Maybe later in the future when you're bigger, you go to different places. But I think really the benefit of reading is it helps to improve your brain's connectivity. Of course, it improves your comprehension and vocabulary as well. But at the same time, I think reading also helps you to empathize with other people because then you understand that it's not just all about yourself. You can understand the different characters, how they feel. And sometimes if you were to read non-fictional books, And of course, I think there are a lot of times it helps you to relieve stress for some people when you are asked to read. Some people find it an enjoyment.